on this episode of Small Business Revolution Main Street.
This was a barbershop since 1923.
Miguel's is a classic barbershop with a 100-year history.
Having a good barber is like going to a good restaurant that serves a good steak.
But in order to expand, the owner will have to take a step into the future.
If you do the haircuts faster, you would free up more space in the chair.
A person that wants everything on point, you can't really rush that.
The Small Business Revolution team sets out to keep the legacy alive.
His business cannot grow any further unless he gets additional space.
With some unexpected results.
Well, the lots are changed. I don't even know what to do.
Small towns across America are fighting for their survival with the odds stacked against them. But what happens if we join that fight?
Small Business Revolution Main Street
The
Makeover
second
contest.
year in a row for the competition.
One community is getting a $500,000 makeover.
Thousands of small cities and towns taking part.
What started as an idea became a national movement with over 1 million votes cast throughout the country. And finally, one winner.
The borough will get grants, publicity, and advice.
The town went all out to win the competition.
I know I voted.
Now, marketing expert Amanda Brinkman and her team at Deluxe are going to work for the people of Bristolboro, Pennsylvania. And they brought along entrepreneur Robert Herjavec and a cast of small business experts to help revitalize the town.
This is a story we've been following all summer.
Bristolboro residents hoping for that big boost.
Every episode, we'll be working with a new small business, bringing marketing expertise, financial advice, and decades of experience, strengthening the town's economy, one business at a time. The team has only a few short months to see if they can change the odds. If together, we can start a revolution.
It's like having a piece of clay. I can see the vision in what they want. People come in here with a whole head of hair, and they'll show me a picture. Can you make it look like this? The techniques that I use, the tapers and the scissors, there's so many techniques. It's just like a form of art. Sometimes I don't even say anything. I'm like so lost in what I'm doing. I just love to cut hair. This was a barbershop since 1923. My grandfather, when he moved from Puerto Rico, this was the first barbershop he came to. Going back to my childhood, all the stores would be full. I used to come here as a child. My dad would bring us here. My dad wanted that bond time. He wanted to teach your young boy to become a man. The old gentleman that worked here, he was like a legend. Like everyone knew who he was. He was 94 years old, still cutting hair, and he passed away. The owner of the building wanted to keep it a barbershop, so he asked me if I wanted to open up my own business. It was just an honor. Now you're taking over the barber king in town, so now this is your time to shine. Keep the tradition going. It's my dad's blood and sweat in here too. Me and him, we built this place. Put new sheetrock up, did the floor, painting, whatever money we had, we just did what we could do. It was like the highlight of my life. 3-4 months after that, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. My right-hand man passed away. This was his last project he ever did. And so this is why this building has so much meaning.
Having a good barber is like going to a good restaurant that serves a good steak. I always know I'm going to get the haircut that I'm looking for. That's why I come to Miguel.
I come in raggedy and I walk out clean. Hey, when you got a mug like mine and somebody could make it look good, you stick with them.
I have 2 employees that work for me, Joey and Romeo. Joey's been with me since day 1. Romeo's been with me for 5 years. I have a daughter, her name is Ava. She just turned 10. When I first got the shop, there was late nights I was in here painting and working, and she would be with me, sleeping. The business is doing okay. I can support me and my daughter, but it's been at a plateau for the past few years. If I were able to create more revenue, it would definitely push me to the next level, a place where I want to be.
History means a lot in this town. You can see it in the pride Miguel feels for the legacy of his shop. So I'm meeting with him at the King George Inn, established in 1681, to talk about how we can take his barbershop to the next level. So you grew up in Bristolboro?
Yes, I did.
So you grew up going to the barbershop that you now own?
Yes. Sometimes we would walk to the shop and get haircuts and stuff. Guys that are my age, now they're bringing their sons in. They kept the tradition going to the same place. So and that's what I want to build with my customers and clients, like keep a generation thing going.
Is anything holding you back at this point?
I would like to grow in size. So I do have like the space next door that I got like a little while back. And my goal for next door is kind of mirror what I have. I have 3 stations. I want to get at least 2 to 3 stations next door. So that'll just give me like a little boost of income, just to be a more comfortable place. I'm only one person, so I can only cut so many heads per day. I can easily speed up the process and just bang out as many heads as you can in a day. But I take pride in what I do. I like to take my time. And I don't have the space to hire another barber. I don't have the room for it. So if I expand, I can have another barber on deck. They would just take the overflow or just take walk-ins. We do turn away some people. We can easily draw more people to the shop. It's just we can't maintain it, we can't handle the work. I want to provide like a good lifestyle for my family, my daughter. And I didn't go to college, I didn't further my education, I was in high school. So I just want to prove to a lot of people that you still can be successful.
Absolutely. Isn't that what's great about this country? You don't have to get a 4-year degree to run your own business. And what we're really impressed with you is you already give great haircuts and love what you do, but we think we can help you grow by enhancing the marketing piece of it.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome.
We've got to assemble a team to help do this expansion right. Miguel seems pretty solid on the day-to-day operations of his business, and Deluxe will take the lead on getting new customers into the shop. But what we don't have is somebody to visualize the actual layout of the newer, bigger space.
Hey, Miguel. Hello.
How are you?
Good.
We need Lynn Robertson. Her company, Fame, has designed store experiences for businesses all over the country. She'll bring that retail science piece to help us make sure that more square feet translates into more dollars. So give us a tour, give us the...
I mean, I know it's gonna take a lot of your time giving you this tour, but this is pretty much like...
All 300 square feet?
Yes.
How many people at max capacity? You've got 3 in the chair and you've got...
There's 3 in the chair, but if he has a client right here and there's a customer sitting right here, it's like really a tight space. So if someone comes in or someone is sitting there has to use the bathroom, it's like, excuse me, get up, or he's moving the chair around. So it tends to become a tight squeeze. Yeah, so I have this space next door. I want to expand, double in size. So let's go, I want to show you, check it out. So this is the space. This is kind of what I've started. I would like to go anywhere from like a 10 to 12 foot cutout
doorway
opening.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't want like a small one, but I want something that's so it'll keep the flow from the shot like over there and here, so it doesn't seem like it's 2 separate businesses. Put 1, 2 like stations like right here.
Do you want to maintain that same kind of historic look on this side too, so it's one continuous space?
Yeah. I like that older feel, like I said, just so it'll go with the town.
With Miguel thinking about expanding, he's going to need a new barber. And before we get started, I want an audition. Like this, I just like push.
There it is, just step on it, that's it.
Does it go any faster?
Yeah,
this is how you're losing all your time.
There it is.
How was the customer experience, sir?
So far, it's amazing.
Is that too tight? It's too tight, okay.
Just so you know, not many people have ever touched my beard.
I feel honored already.
Brush it down, any like the stragglers that you see.
Oh, good
there
job.
It is. Wow.
Is that good?
See?
It is good.
That's okay, that's good.
Perfect.
This one?
Yep, got it. Oh, he's grimacing a little.
In there. I'm just getting the gray ones. You're gonna look 10 years younger when I'm done.
So the goal for expanding into the next space, is it more about I want a better customer and employee experience? Or is it, I want to increase my revenue by X with some extra chairs in there?
I want to increase my revenue. I want to make more. That's the key.
Do you have a particular revenue goal in mind?
I don't. Like, my focus is just trying to get that going and like...
Will that double your rent, that space?
I am renting it, so it has, yes.
When did you start renting it?
2 years ago.
So you've been paying for that, but it hasn't...
Yeah, I'm paying for both. As soon as that space was available, I kind of jumped on it. I talked to the landlord, I'm like, is there a way you can work with me? Can I get that? Because I want to expand. Because if I didn't get it, I know another business would have been there and I would have never had the chance.
How much have you invested in that space so far?
There's like $4,000 worth of work. That's not including rent.
In addition to 2 years of rent.
Of rent, yes.
Invested in that space.
Yes.
Are you still breaking even? Are you still able to make money with the burden of space that's not generating income at all?
No, so that's why I'm at like a plateau. I guess I kind of got in over my head with it. Like, yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to fix it, boom, and then start putting things over there and then start making money, and it wasn't the case. Any little thing can just like submerge me, so I just work on it little by little, and I know it'll pay off in the long run.
I think we should have more rigor around what the payout of that other space might be. Hope isn't a strategy, right? So
Exactly,
we have to have, we have to
yeah.
have some practical financial goals for what that is gonna deliver for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is big news. We thought that the space next door was just available. We had no idea he'd been paying rent on it for 2 years. It also doesn't really sound like there's a plan for how that additional space would actually make him more money. If you build it, they will come really only works in baseball movies. If people were to search for barbershops in Bristolboro, would a website pop up for you?
No.
So you don't have a website?
No, I do not.
How are customers currently making appointments?
I have an app, so they download the application and they set up an appointment through the app.
I think what we'd want to do is build a website that allows you to be findable by new customers. And your website is kind of like a storefront. Like if there was no door here and people couldn't find you, it's kind of the equivalent. So I feel like merchandise would also be like another really great, like t-shirts or hoodies and product. They've got to be asking you for product recommendations currently, right?
Yes, and I do give suggestions, but if I had it here, it definitely would be easier. And I've never did it, so I don't know how much of a influence or cash flow it would bring. But I absolutely believe it can, though.
I do too.
Yeah.
The margins on product would be significantly higher than
Well, because there's no staff attached. Again, I think we just need more science around what we want to accomplish, right?
Yes.
So let's say we dedicate 15 square feet to product, then we will want to attach a number. Every day, I want that 15 square feet to deliver this amount of revenue.
Yeah,
Right?
Makes sense, yeah.
I think that he has got the customer care thing down completely, but the physical experience in that space needs to be addressed.
I think he feels like that space is a little more beautiful and historic than it is, but I think we can fix that.
The expansion opens up a lot of opportunity to improve that whole history part of it.
I'm glad that we're here and that he was one of the businesses selected, because I really don't know how he would have gotten far enough ahead to ever finish out this space. Expanding creates an opportunity for Miguel to increase revenue, but it also comes with risk. Before we commit to building out a new space, I want to bring Miguel to Deluxe so our business expert Robert Herjavec can have a look at his books and weigh in on this decision.
Headed to Minnesota to meet up with the Small Business Revolution, get to bring some knowledge back to the community. I'm nervous just like any other interview I've had, but I just want to learn where my mistakes are and where I can correct them. Hello.
Good morning, Miguel.
Hey, Miguel, how are you?
Good, good,
to see you again.
Likewise.
Love the hair.
That's always it, right?
Yeah, yep.
Right, so let's talk a little bit about your business.
Yeah, how's the business doing?
It's doing okay, pretty good. It's small, like my facility's 300 square feet, so I feel like I need like more space.
But the business makes money today, right?
It does, but it's not where I want to be.
This is 16?
Yes.
So the gross receipts last year were $45,000. Your rent was $12,000. Utilities was $1,000. Your wages was $22,750. So 50% of your cost is in wages. Does that include you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a small amount, yeah. But
what are you paying yourself out of the 22?
$250 a week.
So $1,000. So $12,000. You're making $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
How are you paying your rent?
I live with my mom. Yeah.
You're not making enough money.
Yeah.
To me, a successful business is one that you really enjoy and love. And that's number one.
Yeah.
But the business has to generate enough money for you to make a living. Because if it's not doing that, it's a hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to increase that profit, obviously, right?
Absolutely.
So what do you charge per haircut?
It's 20.
And how long does it take you to do an average haircut?
40 minutes.
Wow. Seems like a long time.
It's the service that we want to give. When someone comes in the chair, we want to like take our time and give them like the right kind of haircut.
What is the competitive pricing?
It is around
20?
like 20. It's from that $18 to $20.
But are those haircuts typically 40 minutes as well, or are they doing those faster?
They might be doing it a little faster, probably like a half hour's time.
There's two ways to increase your price point. If you do the haircuts faster, you would actually free up more space in the chairs.
Yeah.
The others raise your price.
Yeah.
You're a very likable guy, and I'm sure you spend a lot of time with people, which is really valuable, but then you have to charge the right amount.
Yeah.
People don't care about price, they care about value. Like if you raised your price by $5 across the board, that would be an extra $125 a day times 5 days, $750 a week. That's an extra $28,000.
Yeah.
You would increase your gross sales by 50%. And here's the beauty of your business. Your cost is more or less fixed. So every dollar you get above this amount goes right into your bottom line.
Yeah.
I think having a menu of prices seems wise for you because then it feels more like I see what my options are for those levels. Yeah. And it takes out a lot of the awkwardness of having to talk to your customers about.
Great point.
We're having to raise our prices. You're just more like,
just do it on the board.
Point. And then you can even avert your eyes if
or you can go, what would you like?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you have enough customers that you're actually turning some away. So if you open up a second space, you'll definitely need marketing to pull people in. But my question is really, how do you increase the wallet share once people are there?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
People don't listen to their business. People hear noise and they can't hear the reality of what the business is telling them. And I think that's hard.
Honestly, like I own a house before I had a business, and I had to either get rid of the business or get rid of the house. So I put my pride to the side and just worked on my dream. I'm hoping that the business succeeds, so with my personal life, I'll be able to provide for my family and kind of just get back on my feet again.
I think we finally got our answer to whether or not expansion is a good idea. And it's a very qualified yes. Miguel is busy enough that adding more chairs makes sense, but only if we can build out that space, find new customers to fill it, and start making more money on every haircut. It's all got to happen at once, and the business isn't as financially comfortable as we thought, so there is no margin for error.
This is a very aspirational floor plan right now. We really need to declutter. There's a lot of stuff on that counter right now. So let's create that sense of welcome right as they come in.
Fame's vision is beautiful, but Miguel doesn't have the money to execute it. So Deluxe is stepping in to fund the renovation. But that's going to eat through a lot of our budget. So it's up to the marketing team to make sure that that investment pays off. We talked with Miguel a lot about what can we do for the environment to make it feel like a community gathering place, something that barbershops are really known for. I think that can translate to the online experience too.
On the website, we should definitely try to just introduce him as a human being, give people an entry point so that they can talk to him about something he's passionate about.
Another, I think, key point to deciding on which business to go to is reviews.
Miguel has a 5.0. He has like 80 some reviews. It's like outrageous.
So is there a way for us to incorporate that into his website?
We can have a whole testimonials area. Let's just make sure that we're catching things that other people want to know about. So like father-son or different ethnic haircuts. That might be a good way to get that in.
With construction well underway on the new space, we had already invested a lot of time and money when Miguel calls and drops a bomb.
We just wanted to catch up on a few things. Heard there's a little bit going on with the building.
The building that I'm at, it's up for sale. So going back and forth with the present owner and then the new buyers.
A new landlord does not have to honor old leases. So all of this discussion, all of this design could be for naught.
Hopefully it all goes smoother from here on out.
This is such a common problem for small businesses that don't own their building. They can end up completely at the mercy of a landlord. But Miguel seems confident that he can work out a deal. So we're moving forward as planned.
When I went to Minnesota, Robert suggested to be more efficient in cutting hair. Instead of a half hour, try to do it less than that, 20 minutes.
There's situations where you really can't do that because a person that wants everything on point, you can't really rush that.
Yeah. So they also said to have a menu, so if someone does come in with long hair, it's going to take you 45 minutes or whatever, we can charge them that set price.
For more time. I think that's a good idea. As of a baldy can take 10, 15 minutes, It could be a little less.
Yeah.
When you're increasing your prices, it's a lot better for your customers if the cost isn't the only thing changing. So we want Miguel's branding to have a whole new look and feel.
So now might be the time to take a look at his logo. As you can see, it's a little bit tricky to find his name, and he's, a big part of the barbershop.
We have some options like bringing his name out to the forefront and then incorporating the barber pole into the eye.
That's fun.
And then putting the Riverside underneath.
So we thought, what better way to see which logo you like best than to show you what it could look like on packaging. Here was option number 1, okay? The second one, and then the third one, where we replaced the eye with the barbershop pole. Yeah?
Yeah, that's decent.
Personally, I go back and forth between these two. You like that one?
I like them too, yeah.
You're the owner. What do you want?
I think this one at first, then this one, and I've been going back and forth with these two.
I'd go with this before that because it just says, be honest with you, I hate that Barbie bowl.
I mean, ultimately, you have to like it.
It's your choice.
I mean, yeah, that's what I like.
You want to start an argument? Show a room full of people a couple logo options and ask everybody their favorite. We need a break, and I want to see how the space next door is coming along. All right, so floor's in.
Yeah.
Chairs are in.
Yeah. Freshly painted.
Okay. I'm excited to see the progress.
Well, the locks are changed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But you pay rent in this place.
I do.
This is a nightmare. The new landlord has locked Miguel out of the building, right in the middle of all our work on the new space.
All right, so we got to call him and tell him to come and unlock the door. He has no right to lock the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would call him. He didn't put you on notice for anything saying that he's terminating your lease.
Yeah.
He said eventually he's going to end up terminating your lease anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think then if he doesn't let us in, then unfortunately we'll probably have to call the police in order to, get our belongings out of there.
Yeah.
Miguel has got 2 years' rent sunk into that space. We've already redone the floors, and there are new barber chairs sitting inside. But sometimes you get lucky.
I know you're having a lot of problems, but if you want, I can walk you around a corner.
It turns out Ralph Giuseppe isn't just the council president. He's also a real estate developer.
I felt bad for him, and I said I got a spot, right around a corner if he wanted to move in. So I got a couple spaces available for you. So this is one, we have 4,000 square feet here. The spaces will be divided to whatever you need. Mm-hmm. We're trying to leave an exposed ceiling. We're going to clear coat everything, all new sheetrock. We're talking about having the floors just be a stained color concrete.
That's nice.
Cool.
And we'll clear coat them, easy to maintain.
Yeah. It's been a lot going on. I kind of feel this whole madness. At this point right now, it's been a lot. But I definitely like the high ceilings, that open floor plan, the big beams going through. It's a style that I like.
We hear a lot about the challenges that small towns have, but this was a perfect example of something that could only happen in a place like Bristolboro. When things went wrong, the community stepped up, and we got to be a part of that, part of solving the problem.
I feel blessed that I have this whole team of people. That's what this community is about. Like, everyone gets together and just help each other, no matter what. I feel like this is actually the right thing that's happening. There's just been a lot of decision making in the past few hours, so it's I feel confident. I'm ready to be 100% committed to this space.
The work isn't finished. Miguel's new space is going to be bigger and better, but his rent is going to go up too, even with Ralph giving him a deal. It's more important than ever that we nail this expansion. So Lynn, Robert, and I are making one last trip to make sure he has all the tools he needs to make a successful transition. Hey, Miguel.
Hello.
Good to see you.
I'm here.
Hey, Miguel.
Hello, how are you?
Good to see you.
Wow, it smells good in here.
Doesn't it?
Ah.
Well, with the other business, we've been spending time looking at the physical improvements, but obviously that doesn't apply here since you're moving.
Yes. I mean, this was my spot. This has a lot of sentimental value to me, feelings. I've been here since I was a kid, but I think it's going to be better in the long run.
I think any small business owner has to be ready for curveballs. In Miguel's case, this is one of those that doesn't look like a good thing, but then turns into a great thing.
Let's look at some of the marketing pieces. We talked a lot about the logo, right?
Yes.
So this was the old logo, right? Mm-hmm. And the part that we were trying to really bring to the forefront is your name.
Yes. Let's do this. There it is.
Here we go, Miguel's.
Ta-da!
Some a more modern approach, but still that great historic feel.
I love the font.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
So you want to see how it's applied to the website?
Yes.
So it's a very simple site. You don't need a multi-page site.
No,
you just need to meet the barbers, hear about product, book an appointment, and then have a homepage where you can get a sense for all the things that happen here. The fact that we are adding 2 chairs to your space means that walk-ins are now an option, right? So we want to make sure people know that that's changed.
Yeah.
And then
Look at that.
the barbers. We want to hear about you. We want to hear about Romeo. But the most important part is people are going to be searching for this kind of a service, probably on their mobile devices. So it's very important. You don't want it to fall apart. You want you to still have that same experience.
Oh, that's great.
Miguel has an app where people can book appointments, but they can still direct to the app for the actual logistics of scheduling.
It's like one of the best things. Like you can actually set an appointment on the phone, on here, on the website, or the app. But this is awesome, and everything goes hand in hand, and it tells like my whole story, and it's crazy.
When you were in Minneapolis, the three of us talked a lot about pricing. So do you want to walk Robert through where we landed?
Yeah. So we did kids and seniors, $15, and then just like a classic basic cut. We're at $20, and I've been working on my timing, like you were saying. So now that's a half-hour cut, and when I do the stylized, that's the 40-minute. But we bumped up the price to 28, where before everything was just 20 down the board. And so,
great idea.
Yeah. So
have you tried it on customers?
And yeah, now I'm actually kind of like emphasizing it, like it is what it is. And everyone's cool with it. Everyone's agreeing. Yeah. So it was just me trying to like take care of people, but at the same time, I gotta take care of myself now.
So I have some other marketing tricks up my sleeve. You want to see?
Yes, I do.
Okay, first, I want to show you this new price list, right?
Oh.
You started to talk to your customers about it, but to have this on each of the stations helps alleviate some of the awkwardness of that discussion.
Nice.
To his credit, Miguel increased his price and lowered the amount of time it takes. He actually increased his price twofold.
We also want to use the stations to talk about the fact that you now offer product. It's a conversation starter. Like, I didn't know you offered product now. You can start getting into why they offer product, etc.
So great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So speaking of product, we have really upped your merchandise game, or your merch game, as we would call it. Okay, so you've got to be selling this hat, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
This flat bill really feels like you.
Yep. So awesome.
People will love it because they're cool hats, but then they're also walking around advertising for you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. Another product that we thought would be fun was customized top kits.
What?
Right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
We ordered you a bunch of them, test it out, see if it works. With product, you can kind of test into it, right? Order a certain size inventory and see what people will order.
Maybe I should take this and test it.
You should. You
There it is.
Let's talk packaging, huh? So we have 2 different sizes.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay, so you have product, but then you can also have merchandise too. It's a cool new logo.
Yeah, it's already like, it's catchy. I'm already getting like adjusted to it as I stare at everything with it.
This is you now.
Yeah.
It's your brand.
All right, so speaking of you now, we also have these signs made. We're moving.
Oh.
Okay, we can put it in the window here so we start to kind of warn people about it. And then after you've moved, let's make sure that we're communicating to people that you have moved.
This definitely will look better than the big arrow I had in mind going that way.
Yeah, like a little blinking arrow. Those could also be effective. All right, so let's put this in the window and go show them the new space, huh?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
All right.
Nice.
Even though he's just moving right around the corner, I know it's still hard for Miguel to leave that space.
So this, with the new space, I signed a lease.
Continual legacy in Bristol Borough means so much to Miguel.
I locked myself in a long-term lease. I just wanted to lock in, stay safe for at least the next 10 years in a lease and not have the issue that I have now. And this is the space. So this is...
It looks way bigger.
Yes. The current space I've been working in for 7 years is 300 square feet. This is almost 1,200 square feet.
Wow,
Fantastic.
4 times the size.
Yeah, 4 times the size, yes.
And who's paying for all the leaseholds? Like to finish it off?
Well, Deluxe is helping me out.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
huge.
I mean, it's when I heard the news, I just didn't know how to take it. I was just so shocked. I didn't even have like really no emotion, but it's so exciting.
That's
it's
terrific.
Like, it's deeper than anything, yeah.
Should we go see it?
See it.
Do it.
All right.
So this is it.
Wow.
Doesn't it just feel better?
Matter of like months, a lot has happened. Honestly, it's been like an awesome journey. I've learned so much. I know I'll be able to get back on my feet again, getting the home that I want, providing for my family. I want my daughter to know that there are struggles in life, there are obstacles, but if you do things right, you work hard for what you want and what your dreams and goals are, it's all gonna work out.
You can still have a big heart and you can still care about your people and then sometimes put that hat on that you have to make really hard decisions. It's not one or the other. I think his business is going to flourish because now he can completely make his vision come to life.
Miguel's a great guy. He's so passionate about what he does. You know, you want him to be successful. He's just one of those guys.
I really don't think that a legacy is tied just to a building. It's tied to who Miguel is, to his respect for the craft, and for the history of his profession.
It's amazing. It's from there to here, it's like a whole new beginning. That place had my heart, like something that you worked hard for, but it put you to a place where it's gonna be so much better and bigger. This is like everything I've been dreaming of. And I'm like, wow, this is it. I can't believe I'm actually here.
On the next episode of Small Business Revolution Main Street, a local restaurant with a heart for bringing people together.
Every special occasion, we come here.
But seasonal woes have threatened to close their doors.
There's a lot of job stress. There's a lot of juggling.
The last thing either one of us want is for this to go down the wastebasket.
Can the Small Business Revolution team find a fresh take on this classic eatery?
The challenge for you is you have empty seats.
Okay, there's no table. We're out of here. We need to change that.
The road to expansion can be exciting, but as any growing business can tell you, it's not always easy. Visit deluxe.com/revolution to learn how the team from Deluxe helped Miguel use marketing to smooth out those growing pains.